Discipline, a pathway to success. So I am going to speak on certain thoughts in my mind, some which are going to develop us personally, some which are required for our organization. Now, my company is about 39 years old. I had come to Bangalore as a very raw person without any knowledge of business. My family was doing agriculture. There was nobody in the family who was doing business. But I came to Bangalore with a desire to start business. I came to Bangalore, started the business, and then I met a first friend in Bangalore who was again in the trading line. That is what I am doing today. So this person, he happened to be a Marwari, and Marwaris are known to be highly disciplined in business, especially in the financial matters. So when I was interacting with this person, I used to see him always carrying a small book in his pocket. So even if he spends 30 paisa for tea, he used to write down. If he travels in bus and spends 50 paisa, he writes down. If he goes to a hotel and have masala, he writes down. So every expenditure what he used to do was written down in the book. I was getting a bit puzzled. He is a well-to-do man, but why is he writing down 30 paisa, 20 paisa? I asked him one day, why are you writing such brief accounts of everything what you do? So he told me, money, what you spend has to be written down, and when you write down, you know, are you spending money in the right way? And he also told me the next thing, money is Lakshmi. If you respect Lakshmi, Lakshmi comes to your pocket. Lakshmi comes to you. And the next thing what I learned from him was, we used to do a lot of inter-trade of business, and every weekend we used to settle our accounts. I used to purchase something from him, he used to purchase from me. And at the end of the week, we had an account, and suppose I had to get 11,521 rupees, I would have told him, let us round it up to 11,500, but he would tell, no, let us settle it exactly paisa to paisa. So we would settle 11,521 exactly, but then after the settlement, he used to tell me, Prasadji, now let us go and have snacks. And we would have spent 100 rupees. But the importance of the accounts, paisa to paisa settlement, I learned from him. I learned from him the way to negotiate, to get the products, how I can get at a lower rate. So these were my initial training when I came to Bangalore. And this basics of finance, control, I learned from my good old friend who is in the same line what I am in. Next, I have 2-3 points which I would like to discuss with you. I think the second point is about the role model. I think each one of us should have a role model in life. It helps us. If you see a small 5-year, 7-year boy, he will always tell Virat Kohli is my role model. And when he comes to the cricket field, he thinks that Virat Kohli is inside him, there is an adrenaline rush, and he tries to imitate Virat Kohli. So that is the guidance being given from the role model. So likewise in my life, when I was a boy of about 15, 18 years, I had a role model. My uncle was my role model. He has done his engineering from IIT, and then he had passed his IAS, and then he was working as a vice president in a multinational company. So I used to always think that I should become like him. So I started studying very well. I thought I should go to a premium engineering college, and everything I started imitating him. And in the end, the result was good. I too was able to get into a good position. But he was my role model of all the things. I came to business, and then my role model changed. Dhirubhai Ambani was my role model. When I look at Dhirubhai Ambani, what I used to look at him was, he was selling textile, he was working in a petrol bunk, and then he started the Reliance Industries, which grew into a large conglomerate over a period of 10-15 years. So I used to always think, if Dhirubhai Ambani, starting from selling the textile or working in a petrol bunk, can do such a big empire, why not me? So it was an inspiration for me. So my point here is, each one of you here should have a role model whom you think is an epitome of success, and you can follow him. So all of you should have a role model. Now the third thing I would like to tell is about taking calculated risk. Business means taking risk, walking into undiscovered areas, taking new products. And after coming to business, maybe it is contracting, manufacturing or trading. You have a set of customers, you have to give credit. And when you give credit, you don't know whether it's going to come back or not. There is a chance of default. Two major customers defaulting may close your business. But here I have a word called as calculated risk. So tomorrow, if I have to climb Mount Everest, and if I start going to near the Himalayas foot and start climbing, 99% chances are I will not be able to climb the Mount Everest. I will fail somewhere in between and come down. But instead of that, if I go to Darjeeling Mountaineering College and do a 1-year course on mountaineering and then try to climb Mount Everest, there are 75% chances that I will succeed and go to the top. If not to the top, at least to a certain level of consideration I can reach. So this is called as calculated risk. Understanding the situation, knowing the situation, and then taking a chance. In every aspect of life, we should take calculated risk. Now in our case, when we give credit to our customers, I think we need to go to the customer, study his office, how many staff are there, how many years the company is running, what is the turnover of the company, is he paying the staff on time. So all this information gathering will help us in deciding whether we should attend to service this customer or not. If you feel it is not good, we should leave it. So this was the second point I had, calculated risk. And third point is, now the next point what I have is, your net worth is the average of 5 of your closest friends. Your net worth is the average of your closest 5 friends, which only means you are in what kind of a company. Now to tell you the facts actually, India is a growing country. Today, for example, if the GDP of the country is 100 crores, after 10 years it is going to be 250 crores. So the nation is going to grow, there is opportunity for everybody. But when you go to the field, you will always see there are certain people who are positive about tomorrow, who are positive about business, and there are some others who are doomsayers. So they think tomorrow is going to be fatal. So I would suggest each one of you to be in the company of those successful people who have a positive attitude and who think tomorrow is going to be good for them. Be far away from the doomsayer, be far away from the negative people. So following these 3 or 4 steps will change you internally, will change your personality and your outlook towards the business and towards finance. Now when we come to the business, when we come inside the business, what I would like to tell is the business should be run on process and systems, which is very important. Now in India, what we do is generally, people who work in the office have all the knowledge in their mind and they attend to the customers. And by chance, if that person doesn't come to the office for one day, there is no other person who can give all that information to the customer. So there could be a loss of business and a threat for the business of the owner, for the owner. Now, if you look at one of my cousin who works in the US company in a similar wholesaling work, so what he told me was, in America, knowledge is not stored in the head, it is stored in the computers. So any person, it may be a new person, he comes to the office. When he comes to the office, there is a set of guidelines for him. He goes through the guidelines, opens the laptop, and when he opens the laptop, there is a price of the product, there are technical details of the product. Looking at that, looking at that, you can give the price, you can give the technical information. But this will help, this kind of process and systems will help you in developing the business. Now what you keep measuring will keep growing. What you keep measuring will keep growing. So here I mean to tell, we are all entrepreneurs, finance is very important for us. Each of the owner here to have financial outstanding statements right in front of you in your table and give copies to your staff who are in the collection line and focus on that. If the owner focuses on the collection process, if the owner focuses on outstanding reduction, then the entire team of staff, the entire staff of that office will also start focusing on collection of money. Finance is very important for business. Finance is like blood flowing in our body. So the owner has to always focus all the finances, ensure that money is collected on time. And the second thing is, when we come to the office, the owner is always looked as a role model. The staff look how the owner respects the money, whether he is respecting money, is he lavish, does he have proper accounts for money what he spends, or he just spends money whenever he has in a pocket. So this is clearly observed by every staff in the office, and the staff follow the same what the owner does. So I would suggest all the owners here to respect money, keep proper tab on the money, and spend money prudently, and give a proper guidance to your staff. And we always tell that our line is competitive, very competitive. There's a lot of competition in our line. There is a rat race. It's all being told in our. This is the same in every industry. Every industry has the same problem. There is no safe business in this world. Every business has its own pros and cons. You must be knowing the Darwin's theory, survival of the fittest. What I mean by this is, if this society or this market requires 3 air conditioning contractors, there will be 10 air conditioning contractors to get into that space. So there is competition. Who will win the competition? The one who is internally motivated, the one who is internally disciplined, and the person who works on systems and processes. So you might see after 2 or 3 years, out of the 10 people who started the business at the same time, 3 are surviving, the 7 would have shifted to some other line, or they have closed their office. So what I mean to tell is, you have to first develop yourself internally, improve your knowledge on this line, make yourself stronger. When I mean you have to improve your knowledge on this line, I mean that you should improve your technical knowledge, go to seminars, go to workshops, exhibitions, read books, and have a very good coach. If you have a coach, I think you can overcome all these problems, and you internally will be stronger, and you will be one of the 3 persons who has won the race out of these 10 people. And whenever required, seek professional help. Don't worry. If you have any finance problem, go and discuss with a chartered accountant. Seek his help. You will have some solution. Keep talking to people. So what finally I would like to tell is that business is a means of earning money ethically. Business is a means of earning money ethically, and when you have money in your pocket, you can take care of your family, you can donate to the society, you can help the needy, you can take care of your staff. And by doing this, you will experience a sense of fulfillment in your life. I think after this again we have many more speakers who are going to come. The experts, we have a chartered accountant with us, and then we have a panel discussion. The people who are going to come on stage are all the stalwarts who have come across life in the hard way. Today you can hear from them, you can question them, and try to see what is there in their mind, what is the way they have been thinking, what is the thought process in their mind. Understand that thought process, understand their thinking in the mind, and try to imbibe it wherever it is possible. Tomorrow is going to be great for you, and I wish you all the best. Thank you very much.